Did you know that garnet comes in every color of the rainbow? What other fascinating garnet facts are you missing out on? Today we are going to have an overview on garnet gemstones, answer your top 5 questions about garnet, and at the end I will reveal if you are somebody who could benefit from garnet crystal healing properties. My name is Sheila Satin and I'm one of the owners here at Satin Crystals. Today, let's learn about garnet. So what is garnet? Well, garnet is actually a family of minerals that all have a common formula. Here is the common formula for all garnets. Now see the X in the formula? That can be any of these minerals, and the Y in the formula could be any of these minerals. So depending on the final composition of your stone, it'll depend on what kind of garnet you have. And as I said, there are so many different variations of garnet. They all have a similar structure, but then depending on what minerals are formed, you will get all colors of the rainbow. The top 5 questions we are going to answer about garnet today are: what are the healing properties of garnet? How do you use garnets in healing? What are the different types of garnet? And I'm going to show you a whole bunch of examples as well. How do you clean and charge your garnet stones? And how can you tell if you have real or fake garnet? What healing powers does garnet have? In crystal healing, garnet is known as the stone of total health. It is associated with your root chakra, where it promotes a grounding energy and a physical vitality. It supports you during times of illness and trauma. Besides promoting health, garnet is also known as a fire element stone. It activates that passion and brings manifestations into reality. It is also associated with the divine masculine yang energy. How do you use garnet in healing? Well, there's a lot of different ways you can use your garnet stones in your healing practice. I am going to show you 7 ways today, and then you can head over to Satin Crystals, where we have a lot more ideas for your garnets. So first of all, you can place your garnet stone in the health center of your feng shui map. And this is at the center of your space, and this is to promote health and balance. You can hold on to your garnet stones or wear your garnets during your past life regression sessions to help release the emotional traumas of the past. Grid your space with garnet stones so that you can create a web of health surrounding you. Meditate with your garnet pyramids to access the wisdom of the past and let go of those things that are no longer serving you. Do crystal ball gazing with your garnet sphere to focus on physical manifestations. Gift garnet hearts to somebody who needs that emotional support and physical vitality in their lives right now. Use raw garnet gemstones to harness the healing energy of Mother Earth. What are the different types of garnets? So as we said, depending on the chemical composition of your final stone, you will get a different type of garnets. So there's actually over 20 varieties of garnets, but there are 6 main garnets. And the 6 main varieties are almondine, andradite, grossular, pierope, specertine, and UVarovite. And today I'm going to show you examples of each of these 6 main garnet types. Almondine garnets are one of the most abundant and affordable types of garnets that you will find. They are these deep, dark red stones that can be translucent all the way to opaque, like these pendants here. You will find them in a wine-colored red, it could be brownish red, or even reddish black because they are so dark in color. So these are almondine garnets. Andradite garnets can vary from green to yellow to black. One of the most valuable types of garnets out there is called demantoid garnet, and this is one of them. The most Valuable ones are the really rich, vivid green ones that come from Russia. The more affordable ones, like the one I have here, are more of a yellowish green. So this is a demantoid garnet in the andradite garnet family. Here is a rare member of the grossular family known as Rhodolite Garnet. And this is a rosy pink garnet that you don't commonly find, and when you do think about grossular, most people think about a green version. So this is Rhodolite grossular garnet. Here you have a savorite garnet. This is a light green version of the stone. It also comes in a very dark green version, which increases its value, but this is a light green savorite from Africa. Pierope garnets are one of the most well-known garnets. So when most people think about garnets, they are thinking about the blood red to purplish red pierope garnet. You can see the little pierope crystals here in the cluster. You can also see a more purpley red tone here in my garnet jewelry. And pierope is also the stone that a lot of people mistake for rubies. Here we have a rhodolite garnet. Now rhodolite garnet is actually a mix of pierope and almondine garnets. It has a rosy, reddish, purplish, raspberry tone to it. Specertine garnets show a reddish brown or a bright orange color. You'll see these specertine orange garnets here in this cluster, nice bright specertine garnets. UVarovite is one of the rarest of the garnet family. It consistently comes in this dark green color, but it's usually in the formation of these tiny microscopic crystals known as druzy crystals that form on a host rock. So this is UVarovite garnet, and sometimes it is mistaken for emeralds because of the green color. You can see here I have an emerald, which is growing from this cluster, the nice green color. And here you have the UVarovite garnet. How do you clean and charge your garnet stones? So for physical cleaning, you can use water for garnets. If you do have a raw piece or one with a lot of fracture lines that you're worried about, I would leave them out of water, just use maybe a wet cloth. But otherwise, garnet is usually fine in water. It is pretty stable. It is great to be charged energetically in the sunlight for its masculine energies, the sun energies. It is also one that is pretty stable in light, so it's not easy to fade. If you do have a dyed garnet, that might fade depending on the dye methods. But usually garnet is pretty good in all of that. You can find out more about metaphysical cleaning, charging, and programming your garnet stones in our crystal cleansing video. How can you tell if you have real or fake garnets? So first of all, if you have a reputable seller who knows what they're talking about, you can be pointed into the right direction, making sure that you do have real garnet. The only sure way to know is to send your stone into a mineral laboratory where they can test the stone and be certain to see what it is. But this costs money and you can lose your stone in the process, so you might not want to do that. Here are some tips on how to tell if your garnet is real or fake on your own. So first of all, real garnets will not melt or fade in boiling water like other materials might. Real garnets have a rich color. So if these were much lighter and more translucent, and especially for the faceted and polished ones, if they have a very, very light coloring, it might be an indication that your garnets are not real. It might be glass. Another way to tell is that real garnets are around a 6.5 to a 7 on the Mohs scale of hardness. So anything that is harder than that on the Mohs scale, like a ruby, which is around a 9, could scratch the garnet, but the garnet wouldn't be able to scratch the ruby. And something softer than that, like a copper penny, which is around a 3.5 or so, will not be able to scratch your garnet because it's such a soft material. Another way to tell is that most garnets have a certain level of magnetism. So you can place a magnet near your garnet to see if it is attracted or not. Now, not all garnets have equal amounts of magnetism. It just depends on what kind of minerals were included, but this will give you a good venue to go through. Another way to tell real garnets is that the price point should be according to the rarity of the garnet. So as we said, the UVarovites or the demantoid garnets are much more rare, and even the richer colors are even more expensive. So if you're finding them in a bargain bin price, you have a pretty good clue that those are not real garnets. To find out even more about garnets and how to tell the difference, visit our Satin Crystals article about garnets. Are you somebody who could benefit from garnet crystal healing properties? Now, if you can relate to one or more of these statements, then garnet is for you. First of all, if you are seeking a stone of total health, you can use garnet. If you want to increase your power to manifest physical manifestations, you can use garnet. If you are attracted to fire element stones, garnet is great for you. If you want to increase your masculine yang energy, balance it out with the feminine side, use garnets. If you want a stone that has a variety of colors, so theoretically you can find them in all colors of the rainbows, and balance all of your chakras with one crystal family, garnet is great. Garnet is also good if you want to focus on the luxuries of life, so you can have garnet all around you. Garnet is also great if you are looking for motivation, you're seeking that drive that you're missing in life right now, definitely use garnet. And lastly, if garnet is associated with your zodiac or birthstone of January, then you definitely need garnet in your life. Thank you for watching today. I hope you learned a lot of things about garnet. Of course, there is much more to learn, and we have an in-depth article on satin crystals all about garnet, and we have a whole collection of natural garnet stones that you can find on our shop as well. While you're there, don't forget to join the VIP club as we send out crystal healing information every single week. Please do like and subscribe our channel so we can continue bringing you crystal videos throughout the year. As always, thank you for your positive presence here at Satin Crystals, and thank you for spreading your light into our universe.